All right, Goke, you talked about the processes that should be involved, and we gave a scenario of a learned person and, of course, an unlearned person or a business person, a pepper entrepreneur, I would like to call her.
Pepper merchant.
Pepper merchants, really. All right, how she does her businesses and employs project management unconsciously. But you also mentioned, I'm curious about the half measures you talked about. If she were to pull through the entire process, what would the full measure look like?
Well,
what's left undone, really?
Well, for the pepper merchant, there are different things. We need to look at them. We begin to look at now you're beginning to talk about why projects fail. Okay, what are the things that are left undone? Whether government projects, corporate projects, individual projects.
Yeah.
Why do marriages fail? Marriage is a project. It's a lifetime project with different phases. Okay, why do startups?
A lot of folks don't think marriage is a project.
Well, really, from a professional point of view, it's a project, and you can terminate it. That's why divorce is allowed, or both parties just walk away. Work out on each other. It's a project, and there are different ways different projects terminate.
Careful planning is required.
It's required, yes, because there are different phases. There are different kind of resources that are required. At the early stage of the marriage, I mean, a lot of time is involved. When you spend more time together to learn about each other, okay, and of course, if money is available, it takes romance. Okay, you can travel all the world and do all the things you need to do and pamper your wife or pamper your husband. And do all
money is a factor there as well.
Yeah, money is a key factor. Then, and time. But by the time you begin to grow, children come into play, career progresses, your husband becomes a senior executive in his organization, and also the woman progresses, the woman has to go back to school and earn an MBA.
A lot of planning is involved here.
Planning is involved. You need to measure the time. So you need to know that, okay, at some point, a man could say, I only eat what my wife cooks. Or your wife
is also an executive.
She's also an executive. She doesn't have all the time. So there has to be what we call negotiation. And in negotiation, there has to be win-win. Okay, you need to shift your ground a little. So if you say you only need to eat what your wife cooks, then you need to shift your ground and say, okay, my wife can cook on weekends. We put everything in the freezer, and we could microwave on need-to-eat basis. Okay, but if you insist that it must be freshly cooked every day, then there will be issues. Because the same wife has to sit on management board meetings after work on Monday, has a long day on Monday, and probably on weekends she has to work as well. So time is required. Now, going back to everyday life, like pepper merchant, a pepper merchant has to look at the fact that the person that the man, the Kasali in Oyo State, like I mentioned earlier, that's supplying, might run out of business. He might just have issues. I spend his entire fund.
Yes, that might affect the business negatively.
So he or she needs to develop relationship with other pepper suppliers in other part of the country, other pepper farmers. Okay, so that when A does not supply, B can supply, C can supply. Okay, and also, you need to look at the pepper merchant also has to start looking at the demand pattern. Okay, if the pepper merchant keeps saying, okay, put the pepper together, then I need to start grinding it. I mean, I need you to grind it for me. So you go to some markets today, you see that beside the person that is selling the pepper, the person that is grinding is next to him or her. Okay, the person that is killing the chicken, the person that is ready to cut is available. So all those different factors.
Making the process easier
exactly,
and faster.
Exactly. So making the process easier and faster, and just like for education and for academic these days, okay, schools have said, okay, a lot of people don't have the time to get up their job for a straight month for an MSc program. So do it online. Do it at your pace. Submit the assignment based on the time we have allotted to you and all that. And that makes it full. I mean, that makes it easy. And also the same thing for projects. When you talk about public life, the government has to look into the fact that projects are essential, and those are, they are the way the government policies and plans for the people is being executed, and we need to prioritize. So we need to start from prioritization, then we'll select, and also then after select, we look at the amount of fund that is available, then we begin to execute in relative to the scope of what has been predefined, the time that is available, and cost that is available.